I still want to go on record that through the Ministry of Education and Sports, we are the ones who facilitated the CAF inspectors to come and carry out inspection. Why? We are aware that the contractor has gone to the last phase of the renovation of the project. I want to thank them for identifying some of the areas which, as the minister and as a client, we are working towards addressing those specific issues identified for purpose of us completing the works and the renovation of phase 1 of the project. To be specific to Honorable Seungu, is it renovation or what? Or facelift? I confirm what we signed as a client with the Minister of Defense is the renovation of Nambole.
Very well. Could you help this parliament get all certificates of completion that took place under the renovation by your company contractor known as UPDF, as per the law of Uganda? Thank you. But I want the minister to come out clearly to tell this house and to go on record whether in Nambole you are doing renovation or facelift. You should tell this house, because people might be impressed by what they are saying.
We have a report.
At the 80 billion. So inform this parliament whether you are having renovation or there's a facelift at Nambole. Thank you.
Regulations 2022 require that the host federation writes to request an inspection of a stadium not less than 75 days from match day. That is in Article 4 of the CAF Regulations 2022. Our next schedule of home games are due on the 3rd and 10th of June, less than 40 days. So the question I was asking is for the Honorable Minister to confirm where, in which foreign country shall Uganda host its home games, given that Morocco, that had offered us a free venue, has received objections from one of the teams we are going to play against. The second set of the question was that the minister responsible for sports and I had disagreed on the statements he made when in Lira. And I was seeking your permission, that you grant me permission to bring evidence to this house so that we watch what the minister said, and thereafter, as we had promised, either him or I would honor the gentleman agreement that we made on this floor of Parliament. I thank you.
There is a gentleman called Fred Kakoza, who is in my law firm, claiming that actually a couple of people around have never been compensated. And that in itself also offends the CAF regulations regarding construction of stadia. That is an allegation out there, Minister, that you need to pay attention to and provide some clarification on the status of compensation around Nambole.
I am aware, once the project is completed, I would actually implore you, like you did direct, even if you need a forensic, even if you need a committee, we are welcome. Because as far as we are concerned, these are public funds. So, Honorable Seungu, I want to confirm, can you permit me with permission of this August House that the work gets finished and we open up for scrutiny for purpose of seeing what this UPDF has done in Nambole, because there's nothing to hide. Number two and the last one. First, if I answer, I want to begin with Honorable Duru. It is true, as far as CAF guidelines are concerned, they have specific guidelines on how they communicate to the respective federations for us to honor which area the game must be played. To them, they came, carried out inspection, and they have given us their findings. To me, who is a client and the responsible ministry, mine is to work on those issues. I am also going to write an appeal, which I want to thank in a special way the Right Honourable Speaker for personally getting involved, trying even to get the consent of the CAF president in person, and also making sure that each the president speaks to the CAF people for purposes of us making sure that trying to appeal to them to come back and carry out another inspection so that we can be able to play the game in Nambole. So for the decision of us saying that as far as where is the country going to play the next game, for me, I want to say mine is to concentrate at a certain level, that we work on those impediments which had been identified to be corrected within the 2 weeks. If they agree to our proposal to ask them to come and carry out inspection, we will be most obliged. If they don't agree to that, then I'll come back to this August House and give a communication and have to work with the Federation of Uganda Football Association. It's not government who determines where the team must go. I want to remind this August House, you appropriated money for government to support the national teams of football. By the way, it is, even if it's playing outside Uganda, it's the government money which facilitates the team to go and play. The last question, most obliged, my brother.
You should get use of UPDF who are here, because they do nothing apart from sitting. Since they are the ones constructing in the future, they should be of help, as you're able to explain.
You're saying what?
I have already said it, Madam Speaker.
They are doing nothing here. That's not engineering brigade.
They represent UPDF here. UPDF is the
There
one
is an order from Afande. Please.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Is it in order for a member to display his ignorance of the difference between a member of parliament and a company of UPDF that contracted to construct the stadium?
The engineering brigade. That was an order. You know, we are all in a learning process. Actually, I didn't even know that you're not a member of engineering brigade. So we are all in a learning process. She's a member of parliament. There is an engineering brigade. There is an engineering brigade.
Madam Speaker, the clarification I am seeking.
Honorable members, you're here laboring. When you have a member of football who should give you a better information. You're very lucky that my husband is here to give you information.
Can I complete the information I am seeking before your husband gives information? Madam Speaker, the Honourable Ogwang has stood here before, more than a year ago. I know, I mean, by NRM standards, maybe. But he said this stadium will be ready to host matches that we played in Algeria and other countries long ago. Now the same Honorable Ogwang is saying matters of where we play football is not his business. His business is to superintend on UPDF to complete the facility. Can I ask, Madam Speaker, the clarification from him, whether this Ogwang I see here was the same Ogwang that gave this Honorable Ogwang? I am sorry. And he knows I don't mean bad. Whether this same Honorable Ogwang, who told us the facility will be ready a year ago, is the same Ogwang that he wants us to thank Honorable Ogwang. You know, I am used to him as a friend. You will excuse me. Whether it's the same Honorable Ogwang now saying, no, the where football will be played from is not my business. Is he the same minister that said this facility will be ready a year ago and it's not ready? and now he's saying where we play football from as a minister of government, it is not his business. It's a clarification.
Madam Speaker, first of all, I don't want you to add words into my mouth, because you can go back the answer which I said. I want to say the following. We are the ones who invited the CAF. CAF has sent a report to us through the Federation. By the way, I'm happy the President is here. He sent me the CAF report. We read it, and we are beginning to work on the issues CAF report identified as a client and a contractor. To be honest, we are trying our level best to make sure that we address those issues for purposes of us having the game being played at home. I have told you as Parliament that the Speaker has tried even to get in touch with the President to also talk to the CAF President. That's why the same FUFA President, who is a colleague here, also brought that as a second option for us to make sure that we address some of the issues raised, to make sure we appeal for whatever decisions which were picked, issues which were picked, for us to have the game at home. But nevertheless, I have said, in an event they don't agree to what appeals were given, it's on record, it's government which facilitates the national team called the Cranes to play a game outside home because of the challenges of the renovations of the stadium. True, I made a statement. It is true, I'm the minister responsible for sports. I make that statement in line with the plans which have been laid out for purpose of completion of the stadium. But you've seen a delay which was caused by failing to release the balance of the money for the last 6 months. Is that Ogwang's problem? There was another problem which actually made us have a problem to cause another delay. The Minister of Works, first of all, Honorable Semuju, that's his new constituency. That stadium is a plan of 1972. For the record, the Chinese built that stadium, gave us as a grant. Getting the drawings of that stadium, it was a hassle. We had to, fortunately, Lamson is here. Do you know one officer was refusing to avail the drawings of that stadium for purposes of wanting government to pay him money? So these are some of the issues which are coming up, which have made the delays of the renovation of the stadium, not the contractor. The contractor was on site, ready to do the work. But the challenge has been some of the impediment. The last one is to address the question which my brother, Honorable Dur, raised. Honorable Dur, for your own information, I did tell the people of Lango that I handed them first the contractor. The contractor agreed with me. They were sending a second technical team to go back to Lira to carry out what they call topographical survey, which I want to confirm. They have done it. When did they go within Lango there, within Akiba Stadium? It was done within a period of the 1 week after our visit. I do not know if the contractor has to go there. They have to publicly make it that have gone back to Akiba to begin doing his technical work. That's not for Ogwang. So I want to request, Madam Speaker, that for purposes of Akiba, and I really want to appeal to my colleagues from Lango, government under the leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is going to construct Akiba Olympic Stadium. And that has been the long-awaited pledge for the people of Lango. It's on the hands of the government, and I'm working with the contractor to ensure that Akiba Olympic Stadium is built. I thank you.
Honorable members, let's finish so that we go to the next item.
Right, Honorable Speaker, 2 points of clarification. The first one, under Article 3 of the regulations of CAF, there are 2 inspection regimes available. The first one is the member association, in this case FOFA, can do a pre-inspection report and report to them, and if they are satisfied, the stadium can be approved. So I want to know from you whether you have already invited the FOFA to do the pre-inspection report before you even think about it. No, yes, you will. You will. That's the first one. That's the first one. The second clarification, I don't like us going back and forth. And I'd ask that if possible, I would play the evidence of whatever you said in there. It seems that your memory it seems that your memory has missed something. You did say,
Honorable members, the fact is, Akibo is going to be constructed. Whatever who said where, it is already in the budget. The money is in the budget, it's going to be constructed.
I want to answer a technical question which he asked. As of now, I am aware of that as far as the CAF guidelines are concerned, and we are working to address the issues which they raise before we communicate to FUFA, to ask them, to invite their technical person employed by them, trained by CAF to carry out an inspection. What would it add value to me that I've received money last evening? And I go ahead and invite the same person to come and carry out inspection when I've not addressed these challenges which have been identified? Can you help me? Give me a week or two. I finish doing on the work, issues that I raised, then I now formally invite that person to come and carry out the inspection, communicate to the head office, while as government we also use other procedures of trying to appeal to them to have the stadium inspected and accepted for purpose of us playing a game here. All I want to request to your colleagues, friends, it is to all our best interest that the game is played at home. And we all want that to happen. What I ask you, stand with me for all of us to do whatever it takes for us to have the UPDF Engineering Brigade now do whatever it takes to ensure whatever issues which were raised are addressed for us to have the game played at home. And that's what I want to call upon us. Sports unites all of us. And that is the purpose of sports in the world. I thank